Hello and Namaste. Welcome back to Chapter 5 of our online Divine Breath workshop. In this chapter, we're going to talk about the divine link between you and the cosmos. We have already seen the three dimensions of wellness. So we can see it as a plane. So physical, mental and emotional well-being. Now, if you want to rise above it, we want to go into a new dimension. We want to go further and bring our consciousness to a higher level. So that is when we need this quantum leap to go forward. In that, we require a central axis, meaning we have to be connected to a central axis so that we can go up. Now, let me tell you what this central axis will be. This axis that we talk about. We can access this point through a very positive emotion called happiness. Now, happiness is something that we cannot achieve very easily. If I ask you to think about somebody who is very happy all the time, whom would you think about? A child? A child is usually always happy. When you see a child, you also become happy. There is this divinity about them. And that is why we name them in names of gods. A lot of time we have seen that a child is called Krishna. We have these cute godly names for our children because we find divinity in them. Because they are always connected to this central axis. And what is the central axis? It's called being in the present. Being in the now. We have got yogis and teachers of meditation talking about being in the now. Children are naturally in the now. If you talk to a child and you tell him that do something right now and then 3 days later I'm going to give you a chocolate, the child does not understand it. He says, right now, I want the chocolate right now. I want to play this game right now. Because they do not understand this concept of later. Because they are in the now. Now let us go further and see where other do we see this example. Have you seen a potter? You remember? They used to have this wheel and he puts a clay on it and then the wheel goes moving and with his hands he shapes this beautiful pot. This is divinity in action. You should try this pottery. When you are in action of doing, in creating this thing, what do? I have a wheel which is representing of the universe or the time that keeps going and going and going. I have this lump of clay. I put it in the central axis, meaning the center of that wheel. Because only when something is put in the center, it has this ability to expand. The universe is moving, the wheel is moving, and when I put something in the center, it naturally expands. Now here is where I need to know the right technique to mold it. Because if I am not used to pottery, even if I have a lump of clay, I might create something very disfigured. Whereas somebody who knows the right tools and techniques can make a beautiful pot out of it. So we have to know the right tools and techniques. Now when the potter is performing this creation, he is absorbed in doing it. How do you see him? The wheel is moving, he's putting a clay, his hands are working on it. His head is down, means he surrendered his ego. When your head is down, you're surrendering your ego. The I is no more. His hands are in an open mudra. His hands are open to all the divine that is showering. That knowledge, that wisdom, the ability to create is showering upon him. And the wheel is moving. When all these come together, it creates the ability to make a quantum shift, is to shift from being a lump of a clay to being a beautiful pot. We need to know that this is the point where creation can happen. Another way of reaching that point zero is called meditation. A bit difficult to achieve because our minds are so preoccupied with everything else. So, the first step that is mentioned before meditation in our yogic text is called Pranayama. Meaning that if you can control your breath, eventually it will be possible to control your mind and reach to a zero level. So initially, before reaching the zero level, and where did we talk about this zero level? Zero meaning nothingness and absolute zero to everythingness. So if you want to create something in your life, if you want to create riches, you have to first reach the level zero. Only then will you be able to make something. So reach the point zero, and from there you can spring and create all the abundance that you want in your life. And for that, we need to concentrate on our breath and know how to align the right tool, meaning your right tool to breathe and the right technique to breathe. If you know that, you maintain and create a link with the divine, and you take a quantum leap towards higher consciousness, towards being a better person, towards being a better achiever in life. Thank you.